Let's talk now to Rina Shah, the political strategist and commentator. Rina, is the United States ready to elect a woman, and a woman of color?
Well, I certainly think anything is possible here in these United States. You know, the election of Barack Obama made it seem very possible. That hope-filled message that he took to the stage with, it energized a great number of people throughout the country, coast to coast, who had not thought that we would see a black man as our president in their lifetimes. So in this moment, I know that anything is possible, and I am hearing so many of her colleagues, her colleagues from the Senate, to governors across the country, come to her support immediately now, because they understand the meaning of what it could be to have the nation's first black woman as president. And I think it's a very, very heavy load that feels, again, very much filled with hope and the type of thing that we could do and should do.
Why has America's first black president then been rather slow off the mark to endorse Kamala Harris, do you think?
Oh, it's an absolutely strategic move. You know, holding the endorsement can be strategic on a number of levels if you choose the right time. So Barack Obama might be waiting for, you know, all these governors and senators to come out, as well as these state delegations, which are pledging their full slate of delegates for Harris. So far, I know of Tennessee and North Carolina have come out proudly saying that they are pledging their delegations. Tennessee, I know, has 77 delegates. North Carolina has, I believe, some 160-some delegates. So this is not a small thing for the aftermath to be so energized. And that's what the Democrats needed after many weeks of looking like they were in disarray. You know, their infighting was making it public every day of the week. And it really was starting to create deep divisions amongst people who had looked so united for decades. And that was problematic.
Could Kamala Harris win?
Absolutely, she could. You know, Trump is very vulnerable on a number of levels, the foremost of them being that he was kicked out of the White House in 2020. We as a country tend to take a chance on something new, particularly when we are in tough times. And so I think this is a moment where we look at what's going on internally and externally, and maybe, just maybe, people would say, we don't want the chaos of Trump. Also, Trump is vulnerable on the issue of abortion as well. American women have been galvanized by this issue, and it doesn't matter if they're identifying as Democrat or Republican. You see a number of independent and center-right women absolutely furious with the Republican Party for not only the overturn of Roe, but for these draconian bans that are taking place in states across the country, such as Arizona and Florida. And when abortion has been on the ballot in places like Kansas and Ohio, you've seen Republicans join with Democrats and push back on, again, Republican extremists who are trying to legislate with their holy books.
Rina, good to talk to you. Thanks very much indeed for coming on the program. Rina Shah, the political strategist and commentator.
Thank you.